The Elder Scrolls 6 is Bethesda and Xbox's most important game that is going to be coming out within the next 3 years. And I should say the most anticipated game for many longtime fans, ranging from Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout, and Starfield. Yes, I have to include Starfield because, like I've said in the past and many times in my old videos, Starfield was a testing ground for everything that's going to be in future Bethesda titles and essentially the Elder Scrolls 6. And we come in here for this video today as we have some major news, actual real update. Yes, I mean a real update for once. It's been many years. So without further ado, let's get into this information that's going on with Bethesda and the Elder Scrolls 6. We start this video off with saying there's been a lot of problems going on with Xbox as a whole, because we know Asha Sharma, the new CEO, has come in and did a major shakeup to ZeniMax Studios, Bethesda, with a lot of layoffs and a changing in upper management and changing in staff. She was one of the ones that was appointed by Satya Nadella to take over Xbox, taking over Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond's jobs, respectfully. In doing so, she has made it a point to visit all the dev studios to see what is taking so long for their games, and Bethesda included. And with this, she has come down to see Bethesda Softworks. And with going down to the studio, she has announced that she has saw a live playthrough of the Elder Scrolls 6, and the scale and grandeur are incredible. The story is even greater. With this tweet, there's been an 8-letter word for the actual title of the Elder Scrolls 6. With many keen-eye fans, and me included, has trying to discover and decipher what the actual title is going to be. And Bethesda responded and says, "It was great being able to show you blank. Thank you for your kind words and wonderful visit." So she's very optimistic of what's going on with the Elder Scrolls 6 as a whole. So there's a lot of popular names for the title of the Elder Scrolls 6 of what's going to be, even though I've heard some inklings of what I believe is going to be the title of the Elder Scrolls 6. Let's see what these things have to say. The titles go through as follows. Dominion. Most people say it's going to be Dominion, the Aldmere Dominion. It'll be political and story focused basis. There was a leak a long time ago, or potential leak, that says the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be a continuation of what's going on in Skyrim, with the continued conflict with the Aldmere Dominion. They seem to be the big bad of the world that want to unmake the world, if you believe in the Kalpa theory. Sentinel. Sentinel is a good observation for a lot of people. It is the capital of Hammerfell. It could still be a region while changing the name. If you guys know Redguard lore, I'll probably come out with another video talking about Redguard lore, which is my favorite Bethesda studio lore bit. Yakuta, please give me Yakutan gods. I will always say this. Yakutan lore is the best. Redguard. I don't believe it's going to be Redguard, even though it sounds great, or they would have another Redguard game. It'll be a race-focused title like how he wanted the original Redguard game based on this. No, I don't think so, because they're not going to come out with the same name for the same game in the vein of that. No. Orsinium, an orc stronghold often tied to High Rock / Hammerfell. Orsinium sounds plausible, but I don't believe it's going to be Orsinium, even though I believe it's going to be in that region, but more on that in a little bit. Balfaria, an island on Iliac Bay, very relevant to Daggerfall lore. That sounds very plausible. The Covenant, Daggerfall Covenant reference. Numidium, the brass god major lore artifact. I do not believe it's going to be Numidium. We've already crossed that bridge with Morrowind in past video games. High Rock, if the space is ignored or written as one word. High Rock, I believe High Rock is going to be similar to what this title is going to be. And the one that's very confusing, that's kind of plausible, is Starfall, another name sometimes used for Iliac Bay. And you guys don't know Yakutan lore, you guys don't know what Bethesda's been dealing with star signs in the Elder Scrolls, and with their last game Starfall, they've been trying to go the more mystical style aspect of what they want to do with their games. Sounds really cool. People want to believe it's going to be a reboot of what they do naturally. If you guys don't know Yakuza lore, you have your sword singers and stuff. There is a few things that make this plausible. And to go deeper into this, for Starfall, if you guys see here, this is the region of the Iliac Bay. The Iliac Bay, also spelled Iliac Bay, sometimes called Starfall Bay, is a large bay separating the southern coast of High Rock from the northern coast of Hammerfell. Southwestern High Rock and northern Hammerfell are often referred to collectively as the Iliac Bay region. The Imperial's Navy Northwest Fleet is charged with this protection. I don't think they'll use the name Starfall. However, there is a lot of things for me personally that will point towards this being the actual region, because honestly, I believe the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to take place in 3 regions. Yes, people, I believe Elder Scrolls 6 is going to take place in 3 regions. It's going to be the Iliac regions and certain islands that's going to be off the coast. Listen, the Iliac Bay thing was very plausible because personally, of course, you're going to see the Alakir Desert, you're going to see Hammerfell. That's the main basic operation for the coast. And then you need more region variety. That's going to be towards High Rock. High Rock is going to be the most places, going to be the most diverse for Elder Scrolls gaming, for more plausible biomes, for more drastic areas and stuff. There's only so much you can get with Hammerfell. With the vast amount of deserts, you're going to see some Dwemer ruins and other stuff going on with the lore that's going to be in the desert. But there's a little swath of region that's in between there. I believe High Rock, Hammerfell, and the vast islands and water is going to be the other region. And what I mean by that is ships. Ships is the main thing that you can take away from Starfield, even though it can have a mixed bag from a lot of people. That's going to be very plausible for the Elder Scrolls 6. I believe shipbuilding and you going off the coast to island, similar to what Assassin's Creed does, that's what you're going to do for your boat. So you're going to be having your boat dealing with that. So those 3 options are going to be the Iliac Bay. I believe since the leak was potentially correct, I strongly believe that's what they're going to do for the game. But the term Starfall seems plausible, but I do not believe that's what the name is going to be. Originally, this would be the first Elder Scrolls game that's going to be dealing with Todd Howard's crew, that's going to go back on to the more mystical side. That's not going to be a full region, because why would you call a game a full region game like High Rock and Hammerfell, Cyrodiil, Skyrim, if you're actually going to multiple regions? My money is going to be Starfall Bay. I don't think it's going to be classified as Starfall Bay, if you guys know what I'm saying. And that's all I gotta say, people. I know this is a bit rambly, but honestly, I believe another reveal is around the corner. I believe this game is going to be a similar quarter launch title for the Project Helix and the next generation for Xbox. And maybe, and I mean maybe, later down the line it's going to become PlayStation. I'm still on the road of they shouldn't have ripped this from PlayStation, but if Xbox is changing what they're going to do with their IPs, make this a thing exclusive, and PlayStation fans can get it on PC or down the road later on. That's all I gotta say, people. Elder Scrolls Talk is my favorite thing to do, and hopefully I can see you guys on the road to 1K where we can do some other things. All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and peace for some more gaming content.